Welcome to the channel everybody, it's Usernamekate here, and today I am on a VOGE Adventure bike that I've just borrowed, from KD Motorcycles in Accrington. Now, I was unwell when it was their official launch and I couldn't attend, so I am a little bit late to the party with this one. However, I am hoping that I can compensate for that by giving you guys a really detailed review of this bike and taking it around some stunning Welsh roads. What is it, you ask? Well, it's a 2024 VOGE DS900X, and there are two things that are particularly interesting about this bike to me. The first is that it's a Chinese motorcycle, but it has so many features as standard that would put its European and Japanese competitors to shame. And secondly, it comes in at a price that simply cannot be ignored. So, is it as good as all the YouTubers are making out, or is it simply too good to be true? That's what I intend to find out today. So don't go anywhere. Right, first things first, I'm going to start by listing some of the main features that I think are exceptional and super important. Firstly, we have the 7-inch TFT colour display. The bike has keyless ride, heated seats, heated grips, full LED lights including spotlights, radar blind spot detection, cruise control, dash cam, tubeless Pirelli tyres, a quick shifter and auto blipper, 4 switchable modes including road, sport, rain and an enduro mode whereby the bike completely switches off the ABS and traction control. It has a centre stand as standard, handguards, engine bars, a variety of charging ports, and finally the show-stopping 3-piece aluminium luggage set. Right, how much do we think this is? Bearing in mind you've got Triumph that have their Tiger 900 Rally Pro equivalent, spec'd up how this is spec'd as standard, comes in at around £16,700. A BMW equivalent, you're probably looking around about the same, but that's probably before you've even looked at hard aluminium luggage. So what do we think this bike comes in at then? On the road, ready to ride away. £9,199. I am bamboozled. Now, although VOGE is a relatively new manufacturer on the UK scene, it's doing pretty well in Spain. It's got quite a good reputation over there. So if you guys own a VOGE, specifically the DS900X, please let me know what you think about it in the comments below. It always helps to broaden the pool of knowledge about these bikes when people are looking at buying them. Right, I rabbit on long enough. So what we're going to do, I'm going to hop on this bike and have a chat with you guys about some of the features and the engine, how it handles, how it stops, how it goes, what it feels like, generally just a ride. So yeah, let's go.
Right guys, let's get on with the riding, shall we? Because I feel like this is the important stuff, how it rides. So first off, I want to start by saying there are 3 colours available. We have this matte black, which in my opinion is the most pretty. Then we've got aviator blue, and we've got lime green. Now, as most of you guys and girls know, one of the crazy selling points about this Chinese manufactured machine is that it has a Lonsin engine in it, which is the same engine that's in BMW's F850 GSs. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, isn't it the same engine that's in the F900 GS? Well, yes and no. I would say it's more akin to the F850 GS engine because that produces a very similar, if not the same, amount of horsepower, whereas the F900 GS is this engine just fettled with to extract a bit more horsepower. I want to say that's 105 brake horsepower. So with this, we have that Launted engine. It is an 895cc parallel twin. It produces 95 roughly brake horsepower at 8,250 RPM. Now this thing revs to 9, it starts its red line at 9 to 11. So the peak power is quite high up in the revs. And then we have peak torque on this at 6,000 RPM, and that's 95 Newton meters of torque. So it's got some pretty strong figures. Now, if you guys didn't see my DS900X review, I did one on that, and I absolutely love that bike. You know, it was only around 47-ish brake horsepower, but it was an absolute hoot to ride. It felt lovely, it felt great, but it just lacked a few things like cruise control and the proper TFT screen and a quick shifter and auto blipper, and these are things that this has, as I reeled off in my intro. So this bike, being an adventure bike, does have a 21-inch front wheel. We've got a 150 profile on the rear, and it's equipped with some pretty decent tyres. We've got Pirelli Scorpion Trail 2s on this, which, you know, it's not a Chinese tyre. They've put some proper rubber on it, they're not messing. Consequently, that's why I feel quite confident wanging it around these Welsh bends, these Welsh beautiful bends. Wow, look at all the birds, what is going on? Okay, bends more important than birds. Focus. But yeah, these roads are beautiful. What a place to come and test out the Chinese GS. Oh yes, BMW, don't see me, it's not in fact a GS. Oh, look at these beauties in the field. So blissful, so peaceful, so serene. Oh yes, would you look at that? That's looking good. And now we're going into a national, so 4th gear, wind it on. It's not shy of torque, it's not shy of pull. There's a bit of crap on the road, that's not great. Quick shifter and auto blipper. I hugged that line then because I didn't know whether that car was going to overtake the cyclist. Brakes on this, we've got Brembo calipers. So we're dealing with some top grade artillery on this bad boy. We've got twin discs as well, and those calipers are biting a 305mm disc. Woo! 270-degree crank sounds so good, so nice, so lovely. Lots of cyclists out today, isn't there? But no, so as I was saying, we do have that 21-inch front, because this bike is designed to be able to handle a bit of off-roading as well. And if you haven't seen Chris Northover take this bike off-road, you should really check out that video, because I mean, that guy is goated in journalism, because he's got great skill and he just takes the bike and just thrashes them. So as I mentioned, we've got a quick shifter and auto blipper with this, and it works really nice. It likes to be higher up in the revs, but don't they all? When you're going up, of course. Like now, I just shifted up, no drama, no bother, no issue. So we've currently got it in sport mode. We've got 4 modes. We've got road, sport, rain and enduro. Now the good thing about enduro mode is when you switch it into enduro mode, and to get that mode you have to press and hold the mode button. What it actually does is disengage. Oh my gosh, sorry, the views are just so distracting. It disengages the traction control and the ABS. And one good thing about that is if you are actually off-roading and you hit the kill switch or you stall it, when you fire the bike back up, it retains that that pre-saved information that it doesn't have the ABS on and the traction control's off. If you switch it off at the key, then it doesn't remember it, but if you hit the kill switch or you stall it, it's got you. Whoa! What, here? here? Unsuitable for heavy vehicles. Oh, good lord, are you sure? Crikey, where's it taking me? Alright, didn't really expect this. Maybe I need to get bloody enduro mode on for this. Back brake's working beautifully down here. Oh, the back brake is strong, it's stunning. Yeah, I can see why it said it's not suitable for heavy vehicles. Bit surgy then in first, but it is first gear down a very steep bend. I hope I'm not greeted with anything coming my way here. Gotta love Welsh roads. Take the next left, alright. It's looking a bit like a town. We're clear. We're free to go. Now I've got a feeling this is going to be a 20 mile an hour, so what a good way to test the 20 mile an hour speed of this. So, well, we're currently doing 16 on GPS speed, so let's get it to 20. 20 mile an hour on the speedo, 17 mile an hour GPS. In second gear, once you're in it and you're moving, it's not hunting or surging, it's actually quite pleasant. But when you're quite low and you're getting up to there, it's a bit jack in a boxy. Watch it now, this isn't a 20. Oh well, we're going into a national anyway. I'll have a look, see if it was a 20. I'll see if I was just being over cautious. Yeah, 20! Haha, go me. Right, well we're in a 60 now, so second gear, wind on. Oh, okay. Front went a bit light. Pokes there. Accelerated quick. Oh, look at these bends. Okay. Suspension, definitely more on the firm side. Definitely more on the firm side. This handles, in my opinion, not like it's got a 21-inch front on. I say that about the Transalp. That feels, when you push on, that feels solid, that feels good. I feel like the V-Strom 800DE, as much as I love that bike, when you do want to go for a bit of a mad hoon and push on that, if you haven't twiddled with the suspension and just ride it like straight out the box, that can be a bit wallowy and very divey under heavy braking. But let's see what this is like. So I'm going to hanker on. Oh, okay. That's alright. Wow, these roads around here are stunning. Absolutely stunning. I've just gone to Abergele and just headed south from there. No, you can definitely have a nice fly about on this thing, for sure. Just got to be a little bit careful because we're coming into autumn now. Well, we are in autumn, as you can tell by the orange leaves. And thankfully it's dry, so the leaves aren't wet and slippy. But when they do get there, it's horrid. Down the box, third gear. Just bring it round. Oh, plenty torque, plenty pull. Okay. Again, lots of crap in the road. We don't like that. We've picked a side, but we can see it's quite clear ahead, so it's not too disconcerting. Being so close to the line, and we've got good vision. Try and get over. There we go. Oh yeah, it handles very, very nicely. Not only does it handle nicely, I have been on the motorway for an hour and 20 minutes to get here from my house, and oh, it's a bit windy for that. The motorway riding has been wonderful. It's been a joy. Oh, average speed cameras, behave yourself. Behave, come on. I mean, we're not speeding, but still, it's just one more thing to worry about. Oh, okay, I think we're getting up into like the open fells because it's got colder. And, oh, do you know what? That reminds me. I'm not making the most of my heated grips and my heated seat. So I'll put them both on 3 because I'm a sadist and I like to burn. But one thing that's great about this heated grip and heated seat is they are good. They are good. Now, I wouldn't say the heated grips get as hot as on the BMW. That's not a criticism, because in my opinion, when you have it on number 3 on the BMW, if you are going through town, you cannot hold the grips because they're that hot. 3 with a BMW is only really good for if you're on the motorway and you've got the wind, you know, so it's kind of not making it feel so violent. But with this, don't get me wrong, 3 is hot, 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 but it's a bearable hot through town. So I don't know, I kind of feel like I'd argue these are potentially a bit more usable. The heated seat is blissful, absolutely glorious. I've had it on 3 and I have been thinking that my butt is burnt, but no pun, I am wearing riding jeans, so I can imagine if you were wearing a textile pant, 3 would be glorious. I should probably really have it in number 2 whilst I'm wearing riding jeans, but like I said, I'm a sadist. Gosh, I don't know how people ride with the visor open. On a windy day, I can't take the oxygen in fast enough. I've got little lungs, alright? Yeah, so the suspension, in my opinion, is quite firm, but not in a bad way. It's found that sweet spot, and of course it's KYB, it's fully adjustable, so you can twiddle it and get it, you know, how you want. The rear shock as well, the KYB, that's adjustable, and I believe that, you know, with those in the most extreme settings, you can either make the bike feel quite a bit taller or quite a bit lower. But for now, it's got a seat height of 825mm. You know what, I'll probably insert some footage now of what it's like for me to sit on this bike. Bear in mind, I am a 5'4" human. That is 162 centimetres. And I have a 29-inch inside leg measurement, which is 73.66 centimetres. And I have, oh wow, look at this! What the higgity heck? How pretty! Oh yes. Look at them all! Yes! Oh, hear that roar! Quick shift up the box. Up again, and up again. Oh no, it didn't go to 6, it wanted a bit more revs. There we go. Just needed a bit more of an affirmative notch, Kate. So this screen is adjustable. You just pull it up. I'm happy with it setting. It's been brilliant for me on the motorway this morning. So, as I mentioned, I did a lot of motorway miles to get here this morning. And honestly, it has just felt like I'm riding a GS, if I'm being honest. The seat comfort is beautiful. I'll probably say that I've been on this bike now for a total of 2 hours today, and somebody actually asked me what the comfort's like after 2 hours, and I feel like I've got another 4 hours in me. Right, we'll drop it down the box to 3rd here. Bear in mind we are in sport mode. I see a lot of comments about the fueling, but so far on these kind of country lanes, I'm not really feeling any kind of surginess, but we'll have to sample that again through the town in sport mode and then try it in road mode and see if it makes any difference. Oh, flows beautifully. Yeah, I like this. This is a good bike. I will give it that. For the money, the value that you get is mega. It's mega. The radar blind spot detection works beautifully. The cruise control is very intuitive in the sense that you just knock it left and then you pull it towards you, and it sets your speed what you're going. And then if you want to go a bit quicker, you push it away. If you want to go a bit slower, you pull it towards you. And then when you want to knock it off, you just push it how you switched it on, and it just takes it off beautifully. There's no like severe horrific engine braking when you do take off the cruise control that goes doesn't do that. It just takes it off nicely. Oh, would you look at this? Gorgeous, baby, gorgeous. Oh yes. Oh, beautiful. It's just clear for days and days. We've got tyre pressure monitor system, so it's telling me I've got 34.8 psi at the front and 42 at the rear. Twisties for 2 miles. Alright, we like the sound of that, don't we? So flow it round. Let's flow. Put it into fourth, put it into third, because we don't know what's going to be around this bend. Oh, another swooper. Oh, look at this. Gorgeous. Lovely jubbly. Oh, the roads around Wales are pretty exceptional. This tightens up quite a bit. Oh, no dramas. Wow, look at the autumn colours. Oh, beautiful. Flip it around. It just sounds great. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Wow. This is a sight to behold with all these beautiful reds and oranges and yellows. I've had a few people ask me on Facebook what the warranty is like, what the service intervals are like, and given the fact that it is basically that F800GS engine, the service intervals are 600 miles for the first service and then 6,000 miles after that, or annually, whatever comes first. Again, that mirrors the F850GS servicing. And the warranty is 2 whole years. Oh, for God's sake. Not the 20 mile an hour. Come on. But the views are so nice actually, so at least it's given me some time to appreciate them. So 20 miles an hour. What's the fueling like? A little bit surgy, nothing horrendous. Alright, so saying this is in sport mode right now and we're doing the 20 mile an hour, it's not behaving as bad as I thought it was going to behave, which is quite good. Don't get me wrong, like now you can see it. It is surging a little bit. But yeah, you can just feel it a little bit. A little surgy. Into 60. Okay, let's go. I'd say the fueling is a little lumpy when you're having to do 20 flipping miles an hour. But honestly, I've been on worse bikes for that feeling. It's not terrible, and especially when you're on the move, it's really not something you actually think about. But we're in road mode now, so we've just got a bit of a standard throttle response as opposed to in sport, which is a bit more lively. Sometimes it's really nice to just get out to a decent location on a bike that you're testing and just really give it a good solid ride and not just go through towns. Do a bit of motorway, do a bit of nadgery bits, do a bit of town. Just try and do as much as you can. What is it like for me as a 5'4" individual? Honestly, I haven't found myself in any situation where, you know, I'm worried about the weight and the height. Don't get me wrong, it's not the lightest thing on the earth, 238 kilograms I want to say. I might correct myself with some text if I am wrong. I'm just going off memory here. But at 825mm seat height, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty nice for me. So we'll drop a few gears for this. What's it like to stand up on? Oh, lovely. Really, really nice. Oh, yes. Oh, handles ace. It handles so well considering it's got a 21-inch front. It feels really direct with it. There's no vagueness. It's very point and shoot. That was lovely.
Right, well, I think that concludes my ride on the 2024 VOGE DS900X. And I will tell you, this bike is mega value, seriously. So this morning I probably did about an hour and 20 minutes of motorway riding to see how that was. And honestly, I've been riding this bike all day and my bum still isn't numb now, and I've been on this bike for quite a few hours. And on the motorway, it did kind of feel like I was riding a GS. I mean, the seat is so comfy. The heated seat in level 3 was just what my backside ordered. Absolutely loved the warmth that comes up through it. The grips on 3 were great. The cruise control, very intuitive, very, very easy to use, not troublesome at all. But I think the star quality of this bike is, 1, how comfy it is, and 2, how it handles. When you take this on the twisties, it handles so well, and you wouldn't think that given that 21-inch front, but it's no slouch, it doesn't wallow, it's very, you know, you send it where you want it to go and it goes there. It's not wallowy, it's not, oh, it doesn't feel dicey or anything like that. It just goes, and it's just really, really easy to ride fast, in my opinion. Not that you saw anything crazy fast there, because don't want prison food in my diet. But yeah, we keep it PG, and you saw how it handled, and I think it handled pretty well. Love the fact that it comes with crash bars as standard. Not that I've needed to use them today, thank God. But everything just looks proper clean and proper tidy and nice with this bike. Big tank, 17 litres. So in fact, let's have a look. My fuel light has just started flashing and we are on 164 miles. So I anticipate I've got about 20 miles left until it fully conks out. I am heading to a fuel station now down the road. But yeah, so realistically, you could probably get about 175 safely, I would say. And that's with a mixture today of motorway speeds, town riding, and flowy country Welsh roads. I personally think this bike is a bit of a showstopper. 1, it looks stunning, especially in this colour. This is my favourite colour. As with all fair and balanced reviews, you obviously have things that you like about the bike and you have things that you don't like so much about the bike, and it's only fair to a consumer to be honest about what you think. So I'm going to start with a few things that are a bit niggly, a bit annoying. I'd say the switch gear, it doesn't look mega expensive, but it is a switchgear that I feel like I recognise from my KTM 690 Duke, and it's properly functional. Like, it's very easy to use. I like the fact that there's dedicated heated seat button, a dedicated heated grips button. I think the cruise control tab just looks a little bit flimsy, and it feels a bit flimsy to operate, but you know, I can't complain at that. It does work and it serves its function. But again, tying in with the switchgear, the indicators do just feel a little bit vague to use. So you switch them on all right, but you press them and they stop flashing, but you've not, it's like, have I pressed that right? Because there's not like an affirmative clunk when you press it. One thing that you will have seen in the riding video is that when you're going quite slow, you know, through the towns, the fueling isn't the smoothest. And it is apparent and noticeable. You do kind of feel it surging a little bit. It's just a little bit, I don't know how to describe it, a bit keen. It's a bit keen. But It's not an engine characteristic that goes all through the rev range. When you are on it and you are moving and you are going, you wouldn't even think that there's any kind of like fueling issues or anything like that. But I have to be honest, like you guys will have seen it, I'd imagine, through the towns. It does just kind of surge a little bit. However, I do know that there are lots of people that don't experience that, and whether that's because they filled this bad boy up with E5, I don't know. I'm a skinflint, so I've been putting E10 in this. Maybe that has a little bit of an impact, but it is something that I did notice. But it's also something worth mentioning, but not something that would put me off. It wouldn't put me off buying this bike, because for the money and for the features you get, I think it is a pretty cracking bike, to be fair. Again, another little niggle, gear indicator could be bigger. I think that shines a light on me as incompetent more than anything else. But I just do like the numbers really, really big. But the dash is pretty. The dash is beautiful to look at, and it's nice that it's an actual TFT dash and not a LCD that's just colourful like the DS900X. So that's nice. Well, guys and girls, what do you think about the VOGE DS900X? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think about this bike, if you're considering this bike, if you own this bike. Do you like it? Do you not? What are bits that you don't like? Just put anything in the comments below. The more we can talk about these bikes, the more it can help people make informed decisions as to whether they want to buy them or not. But my overall impression, my final insights, riding this bike for quite a fair few miles and going out of the country, even if it is only to Wales, I've really enjoyed it. I found it super pleasant, super easy to ride, superbly handling. It's just been great, and those heated seats, oh, bliss. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Goodbye. To be honest, stop saying to be honest. You're never not honest, so you don't have to say to be honest. But the black and the gold, it reminds me of black and gold, black and gold, black and gold. No, we're not going to sing. We're not going to sing, Kate. Come on. The midges are out. This is not going to be good.